She was my sister's best friend and the one girl I was never allowed to love. Her name was Ivy, and she had been in our house since we were teenagers, sleepovers, movie nights, secrets shared behind closed doors. But she was always my sister's best friend. Not mine, never mine. Back then, Ivy was sunshine, always laughing, always filling the house with energy. I was the quiet one, the observer, the one who watched her from a distance, pretending I didn't care, while falling for her a little more every year. But she never looked at me that way. Not then. Years passed. We grew up. I moved out. My sister stayed friends with her inseparable. Even as adults, I thought I'd left that old crush behind. Until the night Ivy knocked on my door. It was almost midnight, rain pouring so hard I couldn't see the street. When I opened the door, Ivy stood there, drenched, shivering, mascara running, eyes red from crying. "Can I stay here tonight?" she whispered. My stomach twisted. She looked fragile, lost. Not the girl I remembered. I stepped aside. She walked in slowly, like she didn't trust her own legs. When she sat on the couch, her hands trembled so much, I had to take them gently and ask, "Ivy, what happened?" She let out a weak, broken laugh. "I've been keeping a secret for years, and I can't hold it anymore." I swallowed. "Does my sister know?" "No," Ivy whispered. "Just you." Just me. A dangerous sentence. She took a deep breath. "I'm engaged." My chest tightened. Of course she was. Someone like her wouldn't stay single forever. But then she said something that made the room tilt. And he's not who everyone thinks he is. When she told me everything, how her fiance wasn't loving, how he wasn't gentle, how he controlled every part of her life, how he isolated her from everyone, even my sister, and how tonight he crossed a line he shouldn't have. "I ran," Ivy said, voice cracking. "I just ran." Tears rolled down her cheeks. I wiped them away without thinking. Her skin felt warm against my fingers, too warm. And for the first time in years, she looked at me, really looked. "Why do I feel safer here than anywhere else?" she whispered. I didn't have an answer. She stayed the night, on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, but neither of us slept. Every time I passed the living room, she opened her eyes softly. Every time she shifted under the blanket, I felt my heart follow the sound. At 3 a.m., she whispered, "Can I sleep next to you? Please. I can't be alone." I hesitated, not because I didn't want to, but because I wanted it too much. Still, I nodded. She crawled into the bed, curled against me like she had belonged there all her life, her breath warm on my neck, her fingers brushing my arm. "Thank you," she whispered, "for being here." I shouldn't have turned toward her. I shouldn't have touched her face. I shouldn't have let my thumb trace her lips. But I did. And she didn't pull away. The kiss was slow, soft, desperate. Years of suppressed emotion melting into a single moment. When she pulled back, she whispered, "I've wanted this for longer than you think." Morning came too fast. Ivy stood at the window, wrapping her arms around herself. "What do we do now?" she asked softly. I walked up behind her, unsure whether to touch her or keep my distance. "Whatever keeps you safe," I said. But she shook her head. "No, I don't mean from him. I mean from your sister." My heart dropped. Right. My sister, her best friend. The one line I'd never crossed. Ivy swallowed hard. "She'll kill me if she finds out, and she'll never forgive you." She was right. Our relationship, whatever this was, would destroy something important. But then Ivy took my hand. I don't want to run anymore, she whispered. Not from him, not from your sister, not from my own feelings. Her eyes lifted to mine. Tell me you want this too. I did. God, I did. More than anything. But before I could answer, someone banged on the door. Her fiancé. Ivy froze. Her fingers tightened around mine. I stepped forward. Between her and the door, she whispered, "Don't open it, please. He won't leave if he sees me here." But he kept pounding, harder and harder. "I know she's inside," he shouted. I glanced at Ivy. She looked terrified, but also brave in a way she wasn't last night. "Let me handle this," I told her. She shook her head. "No, let us handle it." And she walked to the door beside me, together. Later, after the police came, after statements were taken, after the yelling stopped and the house fell silent, Ivy leaned against me on the couch, her head resting on my shoulder. She whispered, "I don't know if we'll survive this, but I want to try. With you." I kissed the top of her head. "We'll figure it out, one step at a time." She intertwined her fingers with mine. "I've loved you longer than you know," she breathed. And for the first time in years, everything finally made sense.